The eighth order of life is Plantae, that is, plants. Now, before the fall, we were given every green thing to eat. And after the fall, the human diet has expanded to include meat. But since nothing had died, and nothing had ever had the thought that anything should be killed, not until the fall did death occur in any way, shape, or form. That was the original human diet. Now, I don't think we'll be returning to it, perhaps in heaven, because there's no need to control your body's protein intake or anything like that if you're not going to die, if you're going to be immortal. So the Word of God says quite clearly, for you to live, something has to die. And that's the precursor of Christ's sacrifice for us eternally. The function of plants originally was the food source. And plants have a lot of good things in them. I don't wish to start a debate, but generally it's considered that the human body needs B12 to survive, and that its only truly bioavailable form is in animal products, and that it's controversial among scientists whether or not you can get B12 in a bioavailable form or anything that comes from a plant. So my belief is that after the fall, the body changed to require this thing, because clearly it did not require it. Although, honestly, the human being was not around very long. If you're a young earth creationist like I am, was not around a long, long time. And so you can go a few days without B12, so it could have been we always needed it. Nonetheless, it was not in the human diet until after the fall. What else do plants do other than feed us? And that was the original thing we ate. So they're collectors of solar energy. Now, by way of photosynthesis, which they do, that algae also do, but think of it as land photosynthesis through trees and bushes and things like that, through green leaves. They are absorbing and repurposing the energy of the sun. They are taking it in, photosynthesizing. Also, they consume and process all the carbon dioxide of living things, all of your exhalations, and they recycle it as oxygen, which is this profoundly necessary thing for all of us oxygen breathing things. We take it for granted, but if you've ever been in the forest where there's a lack of distracting smells, the pure smell of oxygen, and pure is probably an exaggeration, but the smell it has when it's just the oxygen coming off the plant is a beautiful, clean smell that's pleasure inducing. There is a creek near where I live where the creek kind of dips down about 5 feet from the main trail, and you get down there and the air is kind of trapped and it's colder, and there's big patches of plant life that are giving off really strong amounts of oxygen. You smell it and you feel it, and it's telling you something about God's desire to take care of us, I believe. In addition to that, they're storing energy as wood. Well, I mean, what did they do with the energy that they got from the sun and from the carbon dioxide? They made themselves into bigger plants, right? Because they don't eat like us, you know. A tree can't have a cheeseburger, as far as I know. I'm kidding. Um, they built it into large amounts of wood, large amounts of fruit and vegetation. The wood, of course, when you burn it, has a latent heat that is really solar energy that traveled through space to our trees for you to make a house, for you to make a fire, for you to make a topiary. So, and of course, the same energy is being used to make all the vegetation we consume. My favorite food, were I to only have to deal with one food the rest of my life, is the potato. A baked potato, or a French fry, or mashed potatoes, or poutine, or a potato skin. So amazing. But that is solar energy. Plants made that with solar energy and with oxygen and nitrogen. Can you believe that? And things they suck up through the roots, through the ground, water and minerals that are in the water. An amazing design on God's part. Finally, I want to talk about a beautiful thing that plants do that is a picture of who we should be spiritually. And I believe a picture of the essence of free will. I think that the debate about free will is a red herring, for one thing. I don't think the Word of God says we have to strongly debate and pick sides and pick camps on the subject of, do people have free will, do they not have free will? I believe in a limited free will that enables us to choose toward God or away from God. I don't think you can create a destiny. I don't think you can remake the world in your own image. I think that you can, with God's help, see a clear choice between this thing is going to move me toward God, this thing is going to move me away from God. And the plants called heliotropes show this to us. A heliotrope, helio meaning sun, trope meaning move, or mover, moving thing, are plants that gravitate and rotate so they're always pointing at the sun. Because that's what they need, that's what they want. They're pointed toward the thing that they, whether plants know anything is a very interesting question. Plants seem to have a limited chemical intelligence that can respond to fear and respond to music that helps them grow. But a heliotrope points itself and reorients itself throughout the day toward the sun. The sun is moving, it's rotating toward it. Brothers and sisters, let's be inspired by heliotropes and move ourselves continuously in the direction of the sun. Take advantage of the free will that we have, which is to say, in this situation, I'm not a victim. I'm not anybody's slave. I can choose something that's going to move me closer to God or further away from God. If I have blessed you, encouraged you, or equipped you in any fashion, please like, subscribe, and comment.